So our family wanted spaghetti tonight. Actually, when I say our family, I mean our little girl, Autumn. Um, so pasta, big no-no. So what I am going to do tonight, I do a lot of things when spaghetti is on the menu. So first I'm going to start with MCT oil, and I have that in a pan to saute. And then I also have some lean ground beef. And you might be saying to yourself, why are we using lean ground beef? Um, because we're supposed to be eating fat. Yes, we are supposed to be eating fat. Our family is not in a position to afford a lot of organic meat. My goal is to be able to buy a cow at one point. However, right now we're not. So, the suggestion was made that you buy the leanest meat you can because most of the antibiotics and chemicals and things such as that are stored in the fat of the cow. So, what was recommended was buy the lean meat and then add your own healthy fat to it. So that is what I'm doing. I'm also going to make some coleslaw. Well, not really coleslaw. I'm actually going to stir fry some coleslaw. Now, again, this is not organic. I want it to be organic. We're getting there, hoping that we can buy all organic everything soon. But right now, I'm a stay-at-home mom that works part-time, and so we're just doing the best we can. And because I don't eat this all the time, I bought the bag. There's lots of reasons why not to buy the bag and to do the just do a regular head of cabbage. However, I just bought the bag. So there you go. Sometimes convenience wins over health, but we just do the best we can, trying to do the best we can. So we're going to go ahead and make the meat for spaghetti. And I'm going to saute this coleslaw or shredded cabbage so that I can have that as a base instead of the noodles that my children want and have not converted over to eating keto yet. So I'm going to saute this with a little bit of oil, and I'll put some seasoning in that. So I'm going to be sauteing the cabbage, and instead of having noodles as my base, I will be having cabbage as my base. There's also another option. You can buy zucchini and noodle or zoodle that with a little product that makes it look like noodles, and you can saute that, or you can have them raw and use that as your base. Either one works. You can even do spaghetti squash. That has a little more carbs to it, so I try not to do that very often, but if I'm going to do it, I do it at night. So I'm going to work on that, and then I'm going to come back and show you the sauce that I use for Chad 9 that has a lot less sugar than regular spaghetti sauce does. So I'm still sauteing the cabbage, and I'm going to add a little bit of mineral salt to it. And basically it's the same stuff that I was using before, but I just had some of that already in a jar. And then my meat is pretty close to finished. So yes, it's starting to get really finished. Alright, so I wanted to show you the difference between the two of these. Okay, this is your typical spaghetti sauce. It has 13 carbs, 2 fibers, so you could say it has 11 carbs. It has 6 grams of sugar, and that's for a half a cup. So if you took out the carbs, you'd say that's 11 carbs, and it does have 6 grams of sugar for a half cup. So that's ragu. The kind I buy for us, and this is around, I don't know, it just depends on how much, if it's on sale or not, but usually around $2 or $2.50. So this, a little more expensive, so we don't use as much. It's about $5. However, it has 5 carbs, with 1 fiber, so you can subtract that 1 fiber, and that's 4 carbs, and it only has 3 sugars per half a cup, and we really don't have more than a half a cup on our spaghetti. So what I do is I'll divide out the meat and pour some of it into our meat that we're going to have, and then I'll pour some of it into, or pour the other into the girls' meal. So, I'm just going to keep sauteing this until it's all done, and then I will show you the finished product. Okay, so I'm pretty close to finishing with the cabbage being sauteed. I'm going to turn that down. It's nice and brown, like, oops, like I like it. Okay, I might actually remove that off the hot eye. Okay, so for the sake of you guys, I don't measure my food anymore. However, this was something that was very, very helpful to me when I first started. So I have this awesome scale, and to make it not weigh the cup and my meat, I would put my, either before I turn it on, I'd put my cup on there, or bowl or plate or whatever I'm going to use. But since it's already on, I'm just going to push, basically it's the reset button, and so it's going to reset it to 0. So I am going to have, I guess, about 4 ounces of meat for supper. And I actually added a little bit more MCT oil. Let's get it really close. 3.91. That's good. Okay. So that helps me know how much meat that I'm going to eat tonight. So that's a lot of meat. That's 4 ounces. That's almost too much to me, but that's probably what I'll eat, because I did work out with weights and everything today. So, so I'm going to do that, and then I am going to pour about a half a cup of sauce in there. So I'll be back. So right now I have a cup. I like to divide that spaghetti sauce out because I don't eat the whole jar, and Chad doesn't eat the whole jar. He's not a big fan of spaghetti, so so I divide it out into cup portions and put the other cups in the freezer, just because it is kind of expensive. And I wanted to say earlier, you don't have to buy that. Like, you can make your own spaghetti sauce out of tomatoes and put it in a food processor and add some seasonings. You're good to go. So I'm just going to pour, that's a cup, so I'm going to pour about a half a cup, and I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I think that looks like a half a cup. Oop. So, and then I will get that warmed up, and then I'll put that on top of my cabbage, add some Parmesan cheese, and I'll be ready to eat. So there is my spaghetti, fake spaghetti. Cabbage underneath, spaghetti sauce and meat, and this is actually Romano cheese that I had. So it will be yummy and delicious.